Welcome back to my channel, guys. Today I am extremely sick, so just bear with me on this whole video because it's really hard for me to film when I'm sick. So today's video is actually going to be something that I have had requested many times. I've had this requested as zodiac signs as celebrities as well as zodiac signs as YouTubers. So because I'm in the YouTube community, I thought I would do zodiac signs as YouTubers first, see how you guys like it, and then go on to the celebrities one. So it's really funny that I'm sick because you guys might think that this is like conveniently placed in this video since I'm sick, but like I'm actually so sick right now. This has been helping me though. This is Teamy Blends, and I'm gonna share a little bit about it with you guys before I get into the video. I was sent over these two packages here, which is the colon cleanse and the skinny tea. So the colon cleanse is in little sachets like tea bags, and this one's like loose leaf. So the reason why I'm bringing up the fact that I'm sick is because it actually helps. Like, it's been helping. This is my second one for the day. It helps me with my energy a lot and just overall how I feel. Like, when you wake up feeling groggy and you drink this, you feel better. I know that sounds weird because it's tea, but I don't know, it's really cool. This is the loose leaf. So pretty much Teamy Blends is a really cool tea company that has what they call the cleansing and the skinny tea. So the skinny tea is a loose leaf, so I drink it in my Teamy tumbler, which is cool because it actually has like a built-in filter. I mean, you can remove it obviously so that you can clean it and stuff, but it has like a built-in filter, so you don't get the tea leaves when you're drinking, which is really dope. And you can reuse these tea leaves all day, so that's why I still have so much in here, because a little goes a long way because they expand like crazy, and you can reuse the same tea bags, the same tea leaves all day. Then you have this, which is the tea bag, which you can reuse as well, but I personally don't. These ones here are the cleanser, so drink those at night. And my little tip to you is, if you have work the next morning, don't do it if it's early. If you have work at like 7 a.m, don't do the cleanse. If you have work at like 12, you're good. It's a cleanse, so you're gonna cleanse. Just know that, okay? So overall, this has been helping me with my digestion and my bloating. One thing about me is that I can't drink carbonated things. I get very sick, and I know this is really weird, but I don't burp, so I feel like a lot of my gas is contained here, so I get a lot of chest pain sometimes. This has been very helpful with that, very, very helpful. I can actually drink pop now. I don't drink it out of preference, but if I want to, I'll make sure to have this, and it will actually go down pretty smoothly, and I don't have like that weird chest pain that I get. What's cool is that with the Teamy Blends tea, you don't, like, you're gonna notice that when you drink it, it kind of changes the way you wake up and the way you feel during the day. Like, you're not gonna realize that you're sluggish and slow and feeling drained or bloated sometimes, but then when you start to drink this frequently, you're like, oh my god, why haven't I been living my whole life this way? Like, it's really cool. I think you guys would really enjoy it. My recommendation, see, I put too many leaves in today. Don't put too many leaves in, Add sugar, maybe a bit of honey. That's just a tip. It is a little bitter, but it tastes nice. Like, it tastes like tea. Like, it tastes like tea. But yeah, I would definitely add sugar or honey. That's my personal preference, and then you'll enjoy it a little bit more. But overall, I really do enjoy Teamy Blends tea. I like their products. I enjoy the benefits. The cleanse part is not my favorite, but the results from the cleanse are pretty lit. If you want to check them out, then make sure to do that. I'll put everything down in the description box below. You can check them out. Check out their Instagram, check out their everything, check out the link, check everything out that I've linked down below. And if you have any questions about the products that I mentioned, feel free to hit me up on Instagram or in the comments below, and I'll definitely answer them for you. Alright, moving on. We're gonna get right into the video now. So we're gonna be talking about the zodiac signs as YouTubers. First, I have here a list that I compiled of zodiac signs and the YouTuber that goes along with it. I did a little bit of research on each person's birthday. So we're gonna go in order. We're gonna start with Aries. A popular Aries YouTuber that you guys definitely know of is Liza Koshy. So Liza Koshy is someone that I never actually got to know through her content because I don't watch her. But oddly enough, yesterday I was so sick, I literally spent the whole day watching David Dobrik vlogs from beginning to end. Mind you, I didn't even get through that many. I only got through like 60. I think I made it to like number 60. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but it is, trust me. So I really got a feel for Liza's personality more yesterday than I ever have. And turns out I like her. I didn't like her before, but I like her now. Liza just seems like She seems like the typical Aries, oddly enough. I would have never guessed that she was an Aries up until yesterday. But you see it in the David Dobrik vlogs. Like, she's so crazy and she's so out there and wild and fun. And she's like that typical free-spirited person. Like, you can just tell, like, she's not concerned about the opinions of others, and she's not concerned about too many exterior sources and what they think about her and what they want her to be and this and that and the other. She's really just herself. You see her being very free-spirited in all the vlogs, and she's just always dancing and crazy and loud and just annoying, but it's like okay annoying because she's funny. Liza's actually funny. I didn't realize that she was. I thought she was just corny and appealed to 13-year-olds, but turns out like she actually has a really cool sense of humor. Like, she's very sarcastic, which I didn't know. Like, I feel bad. I feel like I judged her by watching like only a few vines of like her old content, but she's actually very funny. I find Aries to be naturally hilarious, naturally charming. I can definitely see that in Liza. One thing that I noticed in her is that you could tell that she's like that fun person that everybody loves to be around, but I feel like she's one that few really get to know. And I could tell because of the way she interacted with certain people. Also how she was in groups versus how she was one-on-one with like David and stuff. You see a change in her personality. You can tell when she's more relaxed and more comfortable. I feel like Aries always have on this like bright personality when they're around people, but then they're able to calm down and be more chill around the ones they're really close to. And I noticed that in the video. So it's really ironic that I found out she was an Aries today and that I chose to use her, because yesterday I learned a lot more about her. So I'm able to really pick up on certain traits of her sign in her personality based off of those vlogs. Like, she just seems like the typical Aries. Like, when you watch those, when you watch her channel that she edits, I find that I wouldn't have been able to tell. Through David's vlogs, I might have been able to, but because I'm too fresh to her personality, I don't think I would have guessed. But she definitely has like that carefree, I'm wild, I'm fun, I'm crazy Aries thing. She's also very chatty. Very, very chatty. Okay, so the next one is Taurus, and of course we have to use Queen Trisha. Trisha Paytas is the definition of a Taurus. She is clingy, she is possessive, she loves food, she loves to complain, she loves materialistic shit. That is the most Taurus thing ever. If I didn't know Trisha was a Taurus already and someone said, I will pay you $1 million to guess her sign, I would have been $1 million richer, because she is the most Taurus person I have ever seen. Like, her love for food in itself screams, hi, I am a Taurus. Her possessiveness whenever she's in a relationship with Jason, with Sean, with whoever the last guy was before them, like, she has that jealousy that's like so evident, and like she's very controlling over her lover, and she just wants them all to herself. Like, that's how so many Taurus are. The fact that she loves to buy expensive flashy things, go on nice vacations, eat nice food, get nice cars. She's into luxury material items. And again, Taurus. Trisha Paytas is such a Taurus. It's insane. I just like, it's so funny because she's like a Taurus on steroids. She also has that like chill, caring vibe. She likes to care for others. She likes to spoil other people. She loves to spoil people. Taurus thing. I always say, if you want someone to get you nice gifts, go get you a Taurus, because they are amazing with that. And she's definitely like that. You see the things she gets her mom and her sister and Jason and whoever's in her life, really. Like, she really cares, and she's very loving and considerate and kind, and you can see that in her. I think that the internet has a really bad perception of her. Obviously, she does it to herself. She asks for it. She's a troll, but you could tell there's a heart in there, and you could see that she is a true fucking Taurus. Gemini, James Charles. I can't believe I didn't guess that he was a Gemini. When I saw that was his sign, I was like, okay, that makes so much sense. Like, because I've always noticed, like, why do I hate James Charles one day and then love him the next? Why does he seem like the most down-to-earth, humble, real person one day and then the most fraudulent one the next? Gemini. The two-faced ass bitch. He's a Gemini. Like, when I found that out, I was like, oh my god. Everything's adding up now. Like, James Charles, a Gemini. And just, like, the way that he handles situations and his entitlement and his attitude, so Gemini, but then he's also really likable, you know, because Geminis are very likable people. He has that very, I'm innocent, I'm kind, I'm caring, I'm 19 years old vibe about him. But then he's also like a shark. Did you notice how everybody in that scandal, Tati and Jeffrey, thought that James was gonna fucking roll over and die and let them cancel him? But then he came out guns blazing, because people always underestimate the Gemini because they're so kind and people take that for weakness. But he was ready. He pulled all the receipts. James is, he doesn't seem like the typical Gemini, but he also does. But I guess that's like the whole point of being a Gemini. Like, you never fucking know with them. You never know. So I found it very interesting to find out his sign. He's very real, but he will also stake someone. And I've noticed that, like, even with the whole Tati thing, you could tell that he genuinely loves Tati and, you know, cares about her and didn't want to do her wrong. But then there's also that side of him that's just like, I don't care and I'll do this and I'll deal with the consequences later kind of thing, you know, with the whole sugar bear thing. Like, that's just such a Gemini thing to do. It's like, you can have all the love and care and consideration for a person, but still the other side of you is gonna be like, do it, do it, do it. It's like literally like angel and devil. And James is someone that one day you think that he's got your back and he's the most loyal person ever, and the next day you're like, how could he? I didn't see this coming, but you did. It's really interesting. James is also like a machine, very driven and goal-oriented and motivated, and I think that's really cool, and I think that's very Gemini of him. He has that trait where, like, you look at him and you see how fun and caring and bubbly he is, but you're also like, what's beneath that? Because you don't feel connected to them as a person. I find that Geminis, I can easily connect with them, I think because I'm an air sign, I get along with them really well. But I find that Geminis are like, when you are getting to know them, you feel like you don't know them yet because you feel like there's like a shield they're putting up. Even though they are their unapologetic self, sometimes it's hard to connect with them. It's really interesting. Okay, so my memory card just timed out, so I had to switch, and I forget what I was saying, but I think I finished talking about James Charles. Okay, so the next one is Cancer. So if you guys didn't know, Shane Dawson's a Cancer, but I'm going to talk about Tana because I find Tana to have more, she's more of a personality YouTuber. Shane is no longer a personality YouTuber, he's like docuseries YouTuber. Tana is such a Cancer. Like, everybody says she seems more like a Gemini because she's cusp, I believe, but I don't find her to be Gemini. Maybe just the attention-seeking aspect of her is Gemini, but I think that's more to do with just her personality and the fact that what she does for a living is seek attention. YouTubers need attention to continue. I need attention to get paid. You know what I mean? I need people to be watching my stuff. So Tana, she seems like such a Cancer to me. The materialistic side of her, where she comes off as snobby and just wants expensive things, and you know, the snobby side is very Cancer. Everybody that is a Cancer, I find, has like that exterior where you're like, you feel like they think they're too good for you. But I can tell that Tana seems very humble, oddly enough. I know some people will probably disagree, but I used to dislike Tana, and once I got a feel of her personality more and she was more herself, I started to really like her. She, I don't know, like, she just seems very humble, and yes, she does seem snobby, but I mean, with all that clout and money, it's kind of hard not to become snobby when you're in LA, and I don't think she's an actual snobby person. I think she just comes across as that, because you kind of got to put up that exterior, I think, when you live in a city like that. Her emotions seem very Cancer. That girl's always crying. She's always having a breakdown. When she goes through breakups, she's very, very vocal about them. Like with her whole cheating thing, like, she seemed genuinely torn. Like, she seemed destroyed. Like, she seemed so upset, and a lot of people have too much pride to like really be emotional about something like that, but I find that Cancers are really emotional beings and they embrace it sometimes they don't. But I find that Tana has no issues with that. Being emotional seems to be something that she's totally fine with. Even in relationships, she's such a corny ass Cancer. Like, did you guys ever see her and Brad talk to each other in baby voices? Like, that shit made me cringe. Like, I would watch that and I'd like want to put it on mute because I'm like, oh, I can't watch this. This is so cringe. Like, it was so cringe. Like, they literally talk to each other in baby voices and like spoon feed each other, and it was just like such a Cancer thing to do. Like, they're just such cornballs. Like, they're just so cheesy. What was her boyfriend's sign? Oh my god, I'm totally gonna check this out right now. Her boyfriend's sign was Pisces. That is so funny. He looks like Justin Bieber. He also has the same sign as him. That's hilarious. Yeah, so she was with a Pisces. Can you imagine? Oh my god, a Pisces and a Cancer together, how emotional and cheesy that relationship must have been. Oh my god, that's hilarious. But yeah, so Tana seems very, very Cancer to me. Like, if I had to guess, I think I would have guessed Cancer if I didn't know already. A lot of her materialistic side, like I said, like all the Gucci and the diamonds and the flashy shit, like that's very Cancer. Cancers like to look better than people. They like to come across as I'm better than you. And that is her. Like, it's just a fact. Like, as much as she was gonna be humble, she's still rich and she's still flashy and she's still tacky. Like, she's a Vegas girl, so that adds to the tackiness. Vegas people are tacky, I'm sorry. No shade. I wish I was from Vegas. It's fucking cold here. It's 11 degrees right now in May. Anyways, yeah, so Tana, she's a Cancer, and that makes a lot of sense to me. Leo, David Dobrik. So I was surprised, but I also wasn't when I found out he was a Leo. Was I disappointed? A little bit. I was like, really, David? But no, it makes so much sense. Think about how many fucking people he constantly has around him. An Aquarius would never. A Leo? It makes so much sense. The fact that he has all these people around him 24/7, has like 10 roommates, just people living with him for no damn reason. Like, it just makes sense. Even when he first started, his vines and his videos on YouTube always consisted of his friends. Like, they were never like, just, hey guys, it's me, David. This is me, this is me, this is me, me. This is what I'm gonna do today. It was always like, hey guys, it's me, David. And then he's like filming all his boys. You know what I mean? Like, it's always been about his friends. And Leos are people who are just like friendships. Like, Leos have, name one person you know that's a Leo that has no friends. Some Leos are gonna be in the comments like, I'm a Leo and I have no friends. Fine, okay, but David, his whole career is based off of his friends, and that's just such a Leo thing. He also has the same trait that many Leos do, which is like, they like to spoil the people they love. Look at how many cars he's buying people. He's driven, he's motivated. The man doesn't take days off. He doesn't miss uploads, doesn't take days off. He doesn't even drink because that throws him off his work ethic. Like, that is some Leo behavior, like that dedication and motivation to get shit done. He went to LA, broke as fuck, eating PB&J sandwiches for a week and telling himself, I'm gonna fucking make it. And what did he do? He made it. That's some Leo shit, if anything. Like, that is true Leo behavior. It makes so much sense. The only reason why I didn't think he was a Leo is because he doesn't seem to be someone who likes attention, or he likes to be the center of attention. I don't know him personally, obviously, but just judging him off of his podcast, his interviews, his videos, I'm a huge David Dobrik fan, by the way. I wouldn't have thought he was a Leo because he just seems too humble to be one, but I mean, his bio is sexy, gorgeous, and humble, or something like that. So that's pretty Leo of him. Jenna Marbles is the Virgo, and if you guys watch Jenna, you know that she frequently says this in her videos, and she's with an Aries, and it's like the running joke because their personalities. I think it's really cute how they do that. It's really funny. Jenna Marbles is such a Virgo. She's so particular about things. She's super OCD about a lot of shit. And it really shows when they do like cooking videos together, or like baking video, like anything where they're in the kitchen or they have to follow instructions. Like, you see Jenna like itching to like have it done right. Like, it's really funny. That and like her caring heart, like she just seems so kind, and I find that Virgos are just kind people. I've had so many Virgo friends. I'm dating a Virgo, and I find that every Virgo I've ever come across is just how they have the most loving nature and the most caring, considerate personality, and that's Jenna. Like, her videos are so wholesome. Like, anytime I see a hate comment on Jenna Marbles' video, I'm like, how can you hate on her, on her doing anything? Like, it's just crazy to me. Like, she's just so sweet. Like, I feel like I would get along with her so well. She's such a caring person. She's just the definition of a Virgo. She's humble, she's kind, she's considerate, and she's also entertaining, and she's confident. Like, she's not someone who's self-deprecating. Like, she seems very comfortable with herself, and I love that about Jenna Marbles. I'm a huge Jenna fan. Libra. I have two here. I'm gonna touch on I guess both, because I'm not like too familiar with either of them. I would say, okay, so DDG and Olivia Jade. DDG, I know more of his personality because I've seen more of his content. Olivia Jade, I just know her scandals and the videos I've seen. Olivia Jade being a rich, privileged white teen for 20 minutes. Everybody knows Libras like the finer things in life. Libras are snobby. Libras are very like, they're about appearances, and that makes so much sense between DDG and Olivia Jade. They're both very flashy people, especially Olivia Jade with like her affordable hauls when it's like fucking Louis Vuitton and Celine bags. It's really interesting to me because Libras are, they're snobby. They're snobby. And they're kind and outgoing and friendly, but they are snobby. I've met so many snobby Libras. My best friend's Libra. She's actually not snobby, but I mean, the other ones I've met are. Libras are also very friendly and fun. I would say that DDG to me seems like a true Libra. Olivia Jade has no fucking personality at all. People just watch her because she's pretty and because her mom is Aunt Becky. That's how she got her following. I'm telling you, that girl has no personality. Like, she's literally so boring. DDG is entertaining. He's funny. Libras are funny. So to say that Olivia Jade is like the definition of one would be a fucking reach, because she's not. She's just the snobby, like, snobby Libra. DDG is like that funny, charming, friendly, outgoing, flashy one. He, in his videos, is constantly getting girls, and I mean, when he was not as poppin' and he had the other hairstyle that didn't look so good on him and wasn't as rich, he was still getting girls. That's some charm that it takes to be like that. Because I understand now. I understand because girls are shallow sometimes. They like to go for men that are super rich and super, you know, that have a lot of clout. So before he was still working as Libra Magic and lots of girls. Once he got a taste of money, he was very flashy and snobby and like, this is my Rolly, this is my Richard Mille, this is my this. Like, got an I-8, rapped about it. Got a G-Wagon, rapped about it. Like, he's just that typical like Libra who kind of thinks they're better than people. Do I like DDG? Yeah. But I'm not a huge fan. I like his content sometimes. Scorpio, Simply Nessa. This to me made a lot of sense because Simply Nessa seems like someone who's very misunderstood. And I find that to be a huge Scorpio trait. Like, they constantly feel misunderstood even when they're not, but they also are misunderstood in general. And judging from her videos, like, I feel like she's someone that is very hard to get along with if they don't understand her, and not in a rude way, because I find that a lot of people don't have the patience to try and understand someone. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm someone that likes to dig deep and get to know someone and understand them and give them a chance, but I find that people will have an idea of her and dislike her for no reason because they think they know her when she's just misunderstood. And I hope I'm explaining that properly. She just gives me those vibes. Like, I find that she's had a lot of videos where she's had breakdowns, emotional Scorpios. She's had a lot of videos where she's talked about the friends that she's losing and all the people that are out of her life. And honestly, I don't think that it's her being toxic. I think that it's her letting in toxic people because of her kind heart. I know a lot of Scorpios often fall in with the wrong crowds because they want to help everybody and they want to, you know, be there for people that they don't need in their life. Like, they allow toxic people in because they just want to help everyone, but it's like, you can't help everyone. And I find that that's why she lost so many friends. It seems like it's like Simply Nessa's a snake, Simply Nessa's this, but then it's not the case because I think she just lets too many people in and not the right people. I think she finally acknowledged that, and that's why there hasn't been any like scandals lately. But yeah, like, I don't know, like, if you guys saw that like whole drama with Chandler Alexis a couple years ago, that's when I used to watch Simply Nessa more. Now I catch up on some of her videos, but the whole Chandler Alexis drama, I just feel like she was misunderstood. I don't know, Chandler seems messy. I wouldn't want to mess with her. I wouldn't want to. But yeah, so like, I feel like Simply Nessa's just like that misunderstood Scorpio. You can also see like that Scorpio-ness in her where she's in relationships and she's very, very private about them. Like, she had a whole boyfriend and nobody knew. I mean, that Jarl situation was different, but she's also very like loving and caring. You can see that when she's with her partners in her videos. But yeah, like if you notice, like she doesn't give you much about her life. Like Scorpios have a way of making you feel like you know a lot about them when you don't. And I feel like that's her. Because in the grand scheme of things, like what do you really know about her? Other than like, okay, she does YouTube, this is who she dated, and this is who she's been linked with in the past. Like that's it, that's all you really know. Sagittarius, Corinna, Kopf, I don't know how to say her name. Corinna. My nose is running like crazy and I'm like super sick and like, this is not my center. I'm so sorry if you're watching this shitty. I'll wash it. So Sagittarius, I have Corinna. I'm just gonna throw this out there, but she's quite promiscuous and that is a Sagittarius trait. She's pretty damn promiscuous. And she's been very open about it. Sagittarius are very open. They're very open. She has like that friendly, caring nature, but it's also like a don't mess with me type of vibe you get from her. Like when you see her in the vlogs when she was fighting with her ex, and like even when you make comments to her, like I find that she takes jokes personally. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes she just has a defensiveness that I see in Sag. Like I could really see that in David's vlogs. Mind you, she was playing a character for a lot of the vlogs, so like the whole like I'm a hoe thing, but like I think their characters are all based off of the actual person. They're just like really exaggerated. I've seen her own content too, but I just find that she has that don't mess with me and promiscuity of a Sagittarius. But yeah, another thing I've noticed is that she is quite private. Sag are very open. Another thing I've noticed is that she seems pretty emotional. She's had some breakdown videos on her channel and she's not afraid to talk about what she's feeling and all that stuff. Like she seems very emotional, and Sag are very emotional. She also is in relationships. She has no problem finding relationships. I find that signs like, for example, Aquarius, like they always have issues getting into relationships, but like Corinna, being a Sag, can typically find someone and be with them. Like you saw her linked with Toddy, and then you saw her linked with Logan Paul, and then Tfue. Damn, they're all people with money. Yeah, she doesn't scream Sagittarius to me, but once I found out she was, I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Capricorn, Jake Paul. Okay, so Jake Paul is a money-making machine. Capricorn in itself. Like that right there screams, I'm a Capricorn. Another thing is that you feel like you don't know him, and I feel like Capricorns have a way of like not showing their personality. Like I know that Jake has always come across as like, I'm crazy, I'm fun, I'm wild, I'm Jake fucking Paul. But it's also like, did you guys ever feel like you knew him when he was like that? I find that now I get a better sense of Jake's personality through Tana's video, which I hate to say this, but like I'm kind of living for Jana. I like the side of each other that they both bring out, and they're just, I don't know, like they're kind of cute. But anyways, so I find that Jake Paul is very like, he has that like caring nurture of a Capricorn, but also has the I'm gonna keep up this front that like I don't give a fuck about anything. And you can see that like he's very stone cold sometimes. Like even in the Shane docuseries, like it was really hard to read him at certain points. Like he seemed more human in that series, but it was difficult to read him, and I found that really interesting. I don't know, like Jake is someone that you just don't know what to expect from him, and I find a lot of Capricorns like that. Another thing I've noticed is his goal setting and his success. Very Capricorn of him. The fact that everything he touches turns to gold is so Capricorn. That sign is literally like a money-making, success-driven, machine-ass zodiac sign. Like, the fact that Jake has created so many successful things, his merch company, his merch line, his YouTube channel, his Vine channel, his acting career, his music, everything he touches turns to gold. Like, that's inspiring, if you ask me. I'm not a Jake Paul fan at all. I'm not subscribed to him. I have not seen that many vlogs. I see him in other people's content, but he seems like a Capricorn to me. He does. Aquarius, Gabby Show. I knew she was an Aquarius before I looked it up. I could tell. She has that creativeness and weirdness and quirkiness of one, but also the annoying qualities of one. I'm an Aquarius, by the way. Am I wearing my necklace? Yes, I am. It's really cute, actually. I'll show you. Aquarius. Yeah, so Gabby's show just has that like quirkiness of an Aquarius. She's very weird. She's someone that I can tell is actually awkward. Like, you know how like YouTubers play up the whole I'm awkward thing? I don't know why, but I get this vibe off of Gabby that she's like genuinely awkward. Like, she's one of those, she's like me, where it's like when you watch a video of hers, you think that she's outgoing and friendly and fun and this and that. And oh my god, so bubbly and so amazing. And then you meet her and she's like more chill and more shy and awkward. Everybody that I meet from YouTube that watch my channel and stuff like that, they say I'm the same in the sense of I have the same humor as I do on my channel, but people think I'm like outgoing and this and that, but like I'm actually really shy and really reserved. Like I'm very reserved and very like, you know, awkward. And I see that in Gabby. I see that in a lot of YouTubers. Honestly, I found that a lot of Aquariuses do YouTube and do well on YouTube. She has like creativeness as well, where she comes up with ideas, she starts trends, and I think that's really cool. And Gabby's breakdowns, those are very Aquarius. The breakdown itself I don't find to be Aquarius, but I find the reason behind the breakdowns usually are like the confidence issues and things about self-love and all of that. Like I find that is very, very true to the sign. Even the fact that she does songwriting and stuff like that is true to the sign as well. So the last sign I have here is Pisces, and I'm so sorry guys, but the only Pisces I could find that I knew of on the list that I was looking up was Whoa Vicky. She probably makes Pisces look bad, doesn't she? Yeah, the only Pisces I could find was Whoa Vicky. And if you guys know another one, feel free to let me know. The thing is, half of Whoa Vicky's career was her playing a completely different version of herself that didn't exist. Like the I'm black, I'm this, I'm that, you know, I'm dark skinned, whatever she did, that wasn't her. So I can't even base that part of her on being a Pisces. For what I've seen in her personality, I mean, she seems to not care about what people think about her. That's very Pisces. She seems to be very comfortable with herself now. Back then, I don't think she was, because she was pretending to be a whole ass black person. She's very like, I don't know. See, it's so hard for me to speak on it because like, she's not genuine. You know what I mean? She's not genuine. Here's something I've noticed about Pisces. They don't care what people think about themselves. They don't care what people think about them, but they're also not comfortable with themselves quite often. And I think that could have to do with why Vicky was the way she was before. Pisces often have every reason to be confident and secure in themselves, but then they're just not, and you're just like, why? Like, you're such a great person. You're so this, you're so that, you're so great. But why don't you see it? And I find that a lot of Pisces are like that. And maybe that's why she put on a whole persona, because she wasn't comfortable with herself, especially being like, you know, a white girl in Atlanta. Like, I'm sure that's a little different than being a white girl in Canada, you know? Like, you kind of feel out of place, I'm sure, if you're from a certain part of town. And that probably caused her to start that whole stupidity online. But I find that who she is online is probably nothing like what she is in person. So it's interesting because it's like, to be able to put that nonsense content out there says like, I don't care what people think about me. But then it's also like, okay, so then why aren't we seeing your personality? I think she's not comfortable with her personality. And I bet she's a lovely girl. I bet she's a very nice, kind person, but maybe she doesn't see that. And that could be why we don't know her through the internet. I don't know enough about Whoa Vicky. I wish I could give you more on this one, but I just don't know about Whoa Vicky, and I couldn't find any other zodiac sign Pisces people. I kept searching people up and like none of them were Pisces. I was like, fuck. I know my girl Janae's a Pisces. I know Brittany Renner's a Pisces. Rihanna's a Pisces, but YouTubers, I don't know, man. Anyways, that concludes the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you are interested in getting you some teamy blends and getting some detox cleansing tea. Make sure to check out all the links down below. It's all gonna be in the box right underneath me. Hey, also you can check out my Instagram if you want. I'm gonna put that right there. And subscribe if you're new to my channel. Again, I'm super sick, so sorry I sound like this. This light on me is like really intense right now, and I'm really excited to just take off my makeup and chill. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I think I already said that, and I say that every time, like 2-3 times at the end of my video. But yeah, someone drop timestamps down below if you don't mind. I got lazy. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.